Is journaling still worth it if you feel like you're already self-aware? I get that question sometimes. And I've spent decades in therapy, in and out of therapy, journaling, talking to other women that have gone through similar things as me, just life really. And I see the patterns reoccurring over and over and over again every decade when I think I've got it all figured out and I think I'm extremely self-aware. Something else shows up to prove to me that journaling has a place in your life. Hi, my name's Jules, and I have this YouTube channel called Rise with Jules, and I also sell a premium guided mental health journal called Breathe. And I get it. Maybe you really do believe that you're self-aware. Maybe you are. Okay? Like, let's just say you are self-aware, but you're still feeling on some level stuck and you still have limiting beliefs. So I'm here to talk to you about how journaling can make a huge difference in your life. And so let's not talk about the beginner journaler. You could be the beginner journaler, but maybe you're not, especially if you're self-aware. You've probably written your thoughts down somewhere. That is journaling. But let's talk about how journaling can continue to work for you, with you, in your life moving forward as a self-aware woman. Self-awareness is not a finish line. I talk to a lot of friends, I talk to a lot of different women who have said, I've got this figured out. I've gone through a lot of trauma, therapy, even journaling, and I just don't think I need journaling anymore. It feels flat. I don't think it's working for me anymore. Maybe I've moved past that. Well, I know that, I thought I had it all figured out in my 20s. When I look back, I'm like, wow. But I thought I had it all figured out in my late 20s, and then again in my 30s and my 40s, and now I'm in my 50s, and in September I will turn 60. And I will tell you now that I know that I will never, ever, never have it all figured out. But that's okay. It's life. It's lifelong learning. Have I healed? Yes. Do I need more healing? Yes. But I really believe, truly believe, and science will tell you that journaling really does help you move from that sympathetic nervous system of fight and flight and freeze and move into a parasympathetic nervous system area where it's rest and digest, even if you feel like you're stuck. So we can talk about what journaling means for you now. Now that you're self-aware, what does it mean? You can come up with a plan, because I'm telling you, journaling is going to help you throughout your entire life. So knowing your patterns can really, really help. And that's why once you become self-aware, journaling can feel hard. It can feel too sticky, because you're not really sure what to write anymore. And that's where women who have been people-pleasing their entire lives, taking care of everybody else but themselves, and they become more self-aware and they realize what's going on around them. And then they pick up that journal, and it's frustrating, because what doesn't come along with the self-awareness quite often for many women is self-compassion. And if you don't have self-compassion and kindness for yourself when you become self-aware, there's going to be problems. And so journaling gets abandoned quite often at this stage because you don't think you need it anymore. And I'm here to say, I think this is when you probably need it the most. So at this stage, journaling is not about digging deeper. It's not about fixing all of the problems anymore. It's about bringing yourself back to the present moment and being able to live a more present, mindful life and catch the patterns that could be happening to you without you even realizing it. And so for me, journaling has helped keep me above emotional spiraling. It has helped me catch patterns that maybe I wouldn't have noticed if I weren't journaling every day. It has helped me stay grounded and start my day intentionally every day. In the morning, I sometimes journal a lot. Maybe I've had some thoughts going on in my head overnight and I just dig into the journal. Other mornings, I don't have a lot to write, and so I write later in the day. But a daily journaling habit has really helped me, just be here for myself. And kindness and compassion has helped a lot along the way. So writing things down creates distance, and distance matters, especially from the negative thoughts. And negative thoughts, that's not pessimism, that's neuroscience. And writing daily, those thoughts, it helps get them out of your head, because if you don't get those negative thoughts out of your head, they show up in your body. They show up as stress, anxiety. They show up as depression. They show up as feeling stuck. That's what happens when you don't get those thoughts out of your head. And here's the part that not everybody wants to hear, but it's true. Even highly functioning, self-aware people write things down and get them out of their head, whether they call it journaling, a to-do list, an intention list, whatever they call it. Highly functional people, highly successful people, self-aware people are writing things down on a piece of paper, whatever they want to label it. I call it journaling. So if any of this is resonating with you so far, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with anybody that you think could use this message, and that it might be helpful for them in their life right now. So at this stage in my life, and for many, the goal shifts. It's not about fixing myself, and it should never have been about fixing myself because I wasn't broken. It is about checking in with myself. So the journal that I created, Breathe, every morning I check in with myself. How am I feeling emotionally? And how am I feeling physically? And by asking myself how I'm feeling emotionally and physically, because you can't have a feeling emotionally without it affecting your body. And so by asking yourself both of those questions every day, you can be checking in with yourself. And then I set an intention. I write what I'm grateful for. I look to see what needs my attention today or that day. And then I write some thoughts and feelings if I have them. And if I don't have a lot, then I'll close the book and I'll come back to it later. And I continue to journal, not necessarily to become a better version of myself, which is great if I do. It's to stay grounded. It's to stay more present. And let's talk about the pain in the room. The pain of feeling like you should be further ahead than you are. The shame of needing to journal because why do you still need tools? All of these things that come along with feeling self-aware and feeling like you've got it all together, but you still need that tool? No, I don't need that tool. That tool is your companion. And whether you journal every day, every second day, once a week, whenever you think about it, it's a way to get the thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper. And very highly successful and highly self-aware people do it on a regular basis. And if you can take anything away from the fact that you still need your journal or you want to journal, is that you haven't stopped checking in on yourself. That's a good thing, to want to check in on yourself, because we're busy. We've got cell phones. We're connected to people 24 hours a day now, and it's really, really difficult to find the time to be with just yourself. And when you're journaling, you're doing that. And so picture this. A quiet morning, you pick up your pen, you grab your journal, you check in with yourself, you pause, you breathe, and you write a few thoughts. and you write what you're grateful for. And you close the book and you start your day. How does that feel? How does that feel in your body to give yourself that time? So if you're still wondering whether journaling at this stage in the game, you're self-aware, you've done a lot of work, you feel like you've healed, if you're still wondering whether it has a place in your life, ask yourself these 3 questions. What keeps repeating for me lately? Where do I feel this in my body on a regular basis? And what would compassion look like for me right now? Ask yourself those 3 questions. You're not behind. You're not done. And that's not a problem. Maybe the real question is not, do I still need to journal? Maybe the question should be, what can journal offer me moving forward to help me continue to increase my self-awareness and to continue to live a more present and compassionate life? And one last thing. How would it feel in your body if you accepted that the work will never be 100% complete? Because we are a work in progress, and that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. So again, if this resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing. When you subscribe, when you like, it helps the algorithm and it helps me get my message out to more people, because I really believe that everybody in this world should be journaling. And then share this if you feel like this would be helpful for somebody. Thank you.